Telling our stories is the connective tissue of the collective human experience. The Just Keep Talking podcast delves into the lives and stories of artists. What is the impact of mental health on creativity? What does it mean to be a creative individual? Someone who feels deeply, experiences joy and pain intensely, and navigates the challenges of life through the creative process. With each story shared, we explore the authentic experience of our basic need to be seen, to be heard, and to belong. We're really not so different from one another, nor are we alone. Together, we can inspire, encourage, and enlighten each other to find the true joy and fulfillment that is within ourselves. When we just keep talking, we create the space for gratitude, self-acceptance, and grace in everyday life. In a world filled with divisiveness, fostering inclusivity and connection is a powerful way to make a positive impact. The Just Keep Talking podcast with me, Brother Love, because your story matters. Hello, and welcome to the Just Keep Talking podcast. My name is Brother Love, your host. I am having a great time here with Rachel Rodriguez, singer and songwriter. Rachel Rodriguez commands the stage with the same fearless spirit that defines her music, which is a fusion of her Latino heritage, rock and roll attitude, and soulful vocals. Raised in Michigan, belting mariachi and country in her father's band, Rachel carried her musical vision to Nashville. She has since established herself as an electrifying frontwoman. Her upcoming album, Mi Vida, chronicles the bold journey of a woman claiming her power. The songs encourage everyone to follow their passions unapologetically at every stage of life. Her artistry pays homage to her musical roots and draws inspiration from the power and authenticity of artists like Linda Ronstadt, Los Lobos, and Tina Turner. Whether performing on stage or championing arts education, Rachel strives to uplift others by fostering expression, creativity, and cultural connection. With every endeavor, she uses her platform to inspire, educate, and bring people together. Rachel Rodriguez knows that every voice matters, every story counts, and it's never too late to amplify your truth. I got so choked up by your truth. Hello.
Hello, Brother Love.
I am thrilled to be back here at your house. We did an interview for my show a couple of years ago that I never saw the light of day because I repackaged this whole thing. It used to be called the Brother Love Hour, and now it is called Just Keep Talking. That original interview was in August of 2023.
Wow, time goes by so fast.
It does, and that interview was fantastic. So how I'm going to edit this together is going to be smooth as silk because we really got a flavor of your background and how you got to Nashville and all that.
Let's go back in time and get to know Rachel Rodriguez's origin story.
You, to me, are like the Stevie Nicks with an auto harp.
What? Oh, you can't believe you just said that because I love Stevie and I love my auto harp.
You are Stevie Nicks with an auto harp. I adore you. You're one of those people that I knew of before I knew personally.
Well, that's how I know you.
Isn't that fun? So
Yeah.
I moved to Nashville, 12 years ago? And in addition to playing drums in a country rock band, starting Them Vibes, I was looking for work. And I'd always sang Sinatra tunes. You know, I used to work at a Jewish steakhouse in New York City.
I love that.
Oh, I was a singing waiter in a Jewish
love
steakhouse.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And it would be like, Larry, you want to join us in a song? And I'd say, okay, I'm going to join my boss. My boss was like Mr. T, the Jewish Mr. T.
Oh my gosh.
Like he wore all this gold. It was disgusting. You know what I mean? It was because he wasn't Mr. T, but it was amazingly hilarious. I mean, the guy had an elephant ring on his index finger. Like the size of his whole index finger. And
I love it. I could see it. I could totally see it.
So I would get up, we would serve steak and vodka, and it was just a scene, and we'd do, there would always be a piano player. It was like a bar mitzvah every night. It really was. And we would do the horror, New York City, very Jewish central, and somebody would sing show tunes. I always did Sinatra, and it was fantastic.
I have to hear this. I've known you, and I have not heard this.
So, I'm in Nashville, and I'm like, there's a place called Sambuca.
Yeah.
And Sambuca, I said, let me do the Sinatra thing. Let me see if they'll have me. So I booked shows. And the calendar would come out, I mean, you're jockeying for shows. I had never done this before. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. I booked a show and said, my gosh, I need a band or I need players. I need a piano player, I guess. Maybe a guitar player. Like I'm used to being in bands, rock and roll bands.
Yeah.
Drums, bass, guitar, maybe keys, second guitar, all the rock and roll stuff. I said, well, this is jazz standards, the great American songbook. So that's how I started meeting like an upright bass player, guy named Dave Webb.
I love Dave. I miss Dave.
He moved
Webb.
away, but
he did. He used to play with me all the time too.
Yeah, I met such giving and caring musicians that were like, well, hey, I know a piano player.
Right.
I know a guitar player.
Yep.
And, I'm used to rehearsing. You can't go out. You can't show your face unless it's perfect. I mean, I grew up in a band where we rehearsed every single night.
Wow.
Right? I'm the drummer in the band, so we rehearsed at my house. And of course, as the drummer, you say, I have the drum set, we rehearse here, and then you collect gear. There's a friend has a PA system. Oh, keep it at my house. I'm the drummer. So, and then guitar amps, everything. Guitar players would come over and be like, yo, La, I'm in Queens, New York. Yo, La, what happened to my guitar, man? My strings are broken. Think about this, guitar players. Imagine leaving your guitar just at your drummer's house. I'm just going to leave my stuff here, right?
That's
I won't
so
play
funny.
till the next time, right? Yo, La, how come my E string's broken? I was like, I don't know. Maybe it was my sister or my brother. I don't know. It was me. Of course it was me.
Oh my God.
And I couldn't tune. But we rehearsed every day in the evening after school and after work, right as my mom was taking the first bite of dinner with my brother and my sister. It was like dinner, like fork, mouth. Hey, Mrs. Floorman, how you doing? And 5 knuckleheads with long hair would walk in. And my sister, my brother. I mean, now in the realest sense of bless your heart. Bless their hearts for dealing with that for years. So perfection, we rehearse. I come to Nashville. Everybody's great. Everybody's incredible.
It's wild.
This bass player, upright, this piano player, this guitar player. And it was just so much fun. And I adored singing. I brought my New York charm. But you were like the goddess of Sambuca. You were on the schedule. And I remember being like, who the fuck is this who has all these great dates? They gave me like Sunday night. I remember they gave me Sunday night shift. And I remember it because it was the only night that the New York Jets ever beat the New England Patriots in a playoff game.
And you were working.
And I was working, but there was TVs there, so I stopped.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, fuck that. My horrible New York Jets. We beat Tom Brady. Rex Ryan. Oh, yeah. And I remember being at Sambuca, and they're like, you got to go back on. I'm like, I'll lose my job for this. This doesn't happen.
Right.
The Jets don't beat anybody, and we certainly don't beat the New England Patriots with Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. Okay, so I just got to shift like 1 or 2 a month, if that. And I was thrilled. I made a little bit of money. I made some tip money. But you, Rachel Rodriguez, schedule Thursdays with Rachel Rodriguez. Come Saturday afternoons with Rachel Rodriguez.
Oh my God, you're
Rachel
so
Rodriguez,
funny.
Rachel Rodriguez, Rachel. I was like, man, who is this Rachel Rodriguez? Has all the gigs, all the good
Oh my
slots.
God, you're cracking me up.
I don't even know when I actually finally met you.
Well, I knew of you for a while because I've been a big Them Vibes fan I was like, oh my gosh, who are those people? He's the best front man. Look at that shaker rate. Oh my God, so, but it might have been through Sarah from doing the drummers jams and the loud jams, and a lot of the drummer jam stuff, it would just be Sarah and I would be the only girls on the whole gig. And so we kind of stuck together and supported each other. And then I realized that you all were married. And then, so I think it might have been through that or the residency.
That's right.
We had a lot of friends in common,
Right.
you know.
She's got all the Sambuca gigs. Now she's doing all the rock stuff. No, you're right. That was the through line. And also as a singer and as a musician in Nashville, we don't just do one thing. You know what I mean? I mean, a lot of people do, and they, God bless them, right? Maybe those are the ones that are really successful, right?
They're so focused
They're
and
so-
driven, and I don't know where they're getting their money from, but
Right. Oh, please. People have bought careers. You know what? I stopped being angry.
I know.
Your consistency as being a singer, I know you do many different things.
Yes.
So how would you describe yourself
mean,
on a given week?
On a given week,
on a
right?
busy week, what would you do during a busy week? Tell the listeners.
What my weeks look like? I have a bilingual children's program called Songs for My Little Amigos. So during the day, I'll go to schools or I'll go to the library. I do things with the Country Music Hall of Fame and the Cheekwood or whatever it might be, doing children's programming for them. I might be in the session doing some background vocals or some jingles and go into the studio and do that. I might be singing background vocals for Them Vibes, and then I might be doing something by myself with my own band. And like yesterday, I went to an assisted living center in Madison and sang for an hour for folks at the assisted living center. So it varies, and it could be rock, it could be Spanish, it could be country, it could be BGVs, it could be with a salsa band, and it keeps it very diverse, and I'm never bored. And wherever I am, I'm there. I'm focused. I'm present.
You really are present, and you really are a very giving individual. I really appreciate that about you, and that is how I know you. You are a very maternal, motherly, giving person, and so you are able to juggle all of these things and to be able to switch gears and be present in all of them.
I try. I think it's a work in progress, and I think on any given day, I'm better at one thing than another, and I'm always working on being patient and giving myself grace and learning to say no, which is really hard because you want to do all the things, but we can't do all the things well. And so that's where you have to limit. And then, yes, I'm a mom. So being there for my children is really important too. So if I'm killing it and doing great and doing all the gigs and, bringing in the money, well, guess what?
You miss your kid's birthday.
Yeah. Exactly. Or I'm just not home tucking them in, and I'm not there to do all the extra things. Now, if I'm at home all the time with them and I'm making dinner and everybody's got their clothes, nice and folded and lunch is made, then I'm not bringing in the money because I'm not out there gigging. So it just, being okay with that and figuring out the right balance and the right formula is always a work, in progress. It's trying to figure out that balance.
Do you ever just sort of have a breakdown where you say, you know what, like an overload, system overload?
Yeah.
I need to be here, there, and everywhere. I have the kids. This just happened. That just happened. I can still do this. and it all just sort of crashes into itself.
Yeah. I'm getting better at feeling now because you internalize it too. And so I think as I've gotten older, I'm getting older and hopefully wiser, knowing what that feels like. And so when I start feeling really like paranoid or nervous, I'm like, oh, we're overworking, we're getting too much stuff because it has happened to me before. Yeah. And I'm just like,
Who do you take it out on?
Probably my husband.
I was going to say, you've been
the
mentioning...
ones that you love the most, right? Because they'll forgive you, hopefully,
Right.
I wouldn't be able to do all the things that I do if I didn't have that support at home. I mean, he's just great. He's a complete partner in what we do with the kids, with the school, with the laundry and the cooking. And thank God he loves to cook. I can cook. I don't like to cook. I don't enjoy it. He enjoys it. So I'm like, great. He loves food. He does all the grocery shopping. I hate going to Kroger and I hate going to the grocery store.
Yeah.
And he's very routine oriented. We're the most polar opposite people. Wow. It's amazing. We've held it together all these years.
Is he in the creative industries
no,
that you are?
No, not at all. We're so opposite on so many things.
9 to 5?
9 to 5.
I just met him for the first time.
Yes, you did.
The phantom husband.
Yes, the phantom husband. Like, are you really married or do you just say that so people won't hit on you? September will be 25 years we've been married.
Would you consider yourself a hustler?
I am a hustler for sure.
Yeah.
I am. And I think that just comes from my upbringing, like hard work. And like you said, you come to Nashville, everybody's really good. I mean, everybody's great. So how do you stand out? Nobody's going to come and knock on my door if they don't know I even exist. Right. So I have to be out there and be hustling right. to work. I mean, if we don't work, we don't get paid. I don't have PTO and sick time and all of that. So I got to drum up the business.
Yeah, we got to get you some sick time. So there's something that's been on my mind a lot lately. I've been reading like Brene Brown has changed my life.
Eckhart Tolle. The power
of now. Right. A lot of these things, these ideas have been bubbling up because I've just been in a place of trying to be a better person. Right. And one of the things that I was thinking about in the hustle culture of our life is the distinction between fitting in and belonging, So when I asked you, are you a hustler? I know you're a hustler, but there's only so much fitting in you can do because you are brown. Are you not?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And I just got back from the beach. We had a beach day with the neighbors, and so I'm really brown. I'm more brown today.
You looked at me. I'm like, you are brown. No, but where I'm going with this, if I'm correct in the moment here, which is we do things to fit in. I have hopped and skipped and sang and jumped and made you laugh and made you cry and done all of the tap dancing in order to fit in. And I spent a lifetime moving my own needle because I just felt like if I fit in this way, you're going to love me because Brother Love's so great, isn't he? What am I? I'm just an amalgamation of a million things, which we are. We are a gumbo if we're doing it right.
Yeah.
I am worthy. I'm perfect the way I am now, right? Because I'm not fitting in. I belong here.
Yeah.
You get called because you are Rachel Rodriguez. There's only one of you, and I feel like you have figured out that your hustle is just by being you. You just bring the authentic you to the stage and obviously to your life. And I really appreciate that. And I noticed that you came to Nashville wanting to be a country singer.
I sure did. Yeah.
You were looking for your voice. Rachel Rodriguez, how did you find your voice? No, but I'm serious. How did you find your voice? You came to Nashville, like so many do, wanting to be a country music singer.
Yeah.
Maybe a country music star. I don't know. So if you wouldn't mind a little bit of background of where you come from and how you
Sure.
got here, and go.
Go. All right. And go. Yes, I grew up singing with my dad
Where at?
in Michigan, a little tiny little town in the middle of nowhere, Michigan, mid-Michigan, little farming community. Corn, cows, everything. My folks are from South Texas, and my heritage is Mexican. My great-grandparents are from Mexico.
I love when you say Mexican. Your hand goes, your hand gesture is so welcoming. It's like, we are from Mexico. Her hand just did what would you call this? It's a pose. It's like, welcome to my world. Oh, go on. I'm sorry.
You're so funny. I love you, Larry. And so we grew up. He's a musician, plays bass, plays guitar, fantastic singer. Everything I've learned about music has been from my dad. And he has no training at all. Just a beautiful heart and an amazing natural gift. So he grew up singing mariachi music, Tejano music, being from south of San Antonio. And then when he moved to Michigan, he was like, well, if we take out the accordion from the Tex-Mex music and add in a lead guitar, now we have a country band. So
Wow.
Since I was a little girl. Just like that. But he would always mix in some Tejano music and some cumbias and things like that while singing George Strait, Merle Haggard, all the other country stuff that we would do. A little bit of Eagles, because my uncle also was in the band, played accordion, played the saxophone, played rhythm guitar, and was a great singer too. So they had beautiful family harmonies. So you talk about rehearsing at your house. There was always everybody rehearsing at my mom and dad's house. My dad had the PA, the bass rig, all the stuff. So that was what always was happening at my house. So I was always around it, playing with my toys, or my dad would give me a brush and I pretend like I'm singing while they're having their rehearsals. And I started singing Patsy Cline and Tammy Wynette and the Judds and Hank Williams Sr. and Loretta Lynn, all those things, and a little bit of Selena and a little bit of Ramon Ayala. And so the same thing, the Tex-Mex music and country. Linda Ronstadt, my number one girl, man.
Who, by the way, is from, what's her heritage?
She's Mexican-American.
She's Mexican-American.
Yes.
Man, that Linda Ronstadt really fooled us all, didn't she?
She did. Once she made it big, she came out with Canciones de mi Padre, which is a mariachi album.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And I remember being a kid, Jewish kid from Queens, Linda Ronstadt, love Linda Ronstadt. Then she came out with this different shit, It's like,
she got a lot of pushback,
she
too,
did.
from her people. They're like, you're going to kill your career if you do that.
Because, the little Jewish kid from Queens, why would he buy this record? He doesn't know from this. She's like, no, this is a part of who I am.
Yeah.
The reason why you love me is because of all of who I am.
Exactly. She's my number one vocalist for sure, because she does all the things and she does them well. I'm not saying I do all the things well, but she does Motown. She does R&B. She does country. She does jazz. She does Spanish and executes it well. I'm not saying I execute everything well, but I have the same tastes that she does. I love Latin music. I love country music. I love rock and roll. I love doing the soul vibes, doing the loud jams, doing the drummer jams, doing Rare Hair, singing Iron Maiden, and then going and singing some Patsy Cline. I love all of it because it's beautiful music. It doesn't matter what genre. A good song is a good song. It doesn't matter what genre it is. And so if I latch onto it, it's because it just touches my soul. And for me, when you talk about finding my voice, how do I thread that together so it doesn't seem so jumbled?
Right.
And over time, I think I've developed that. So if you go see a show at Sambuca or see any of my shows, there might be some Zeppelin, there might be some Aretha Franklin, there might be some Freddie Fender, there might be some Celia Cruz. It's all going to be there. I don't know how it threads through, but because it's me, I suppose, and I have a percussionist, and it all has a little bit of a Latin flavor to it.
Because it's me. Just that right alone. If I heard this interview, and the only thing that I took from it was just that, because it's me, I think I would cry for 6 days and say, you mean that's enough?
It took me a long time to
Really?
get there. And I still have twinges of wanting to fit in. I don't think that ever goes away. What helped me, and there was a point, I'll never forget it. I was working a lot at Bourbon Street downtown.
So you came to Nashville to sing country music.
I did.
Okay, yeah. So you're working at Bourbon
But
Street.
now I'm at Bourbon Street doing rock and soul
Right.
and all this because I couldn't find my place in country music. I tried for years and years and years. I couldn't crack the code. I couldn't get in. I couldn't.
What did that look like? When did you move to Nashville? You're how old?
I was 27, 28
So
maybe.
like 6 months ago, you
Yeah,
moved to
I love
Nashville.
you. Yeah. It was different, though, definitely different than what it is now. I think I might have more of a chance.
You should be based on the merit of who you are,
Yes.
of your talent.
Yes.
You know, we can go into that 100 times over around
Yeah.
town, but it's different now for sure.
Yeah, it's different now. Now, if you come in and, like you said, you're brown or black and do country and have some soul and have some variety, now that's what everyone's looking for. But now, to me, it doesn't feel authentic. Now it's because they got called out.
Yeah.
They got called out and now it's not authentic. Had they been doing this all along, you'd see a lot more variety and it would have naturally happened. But there came a point where I couldn't find my place.
So were you singing country music? Were you on Broadway? Did you have shows? Was it you an acoustic guitar? And did you have an accent? What did it look like for Rachel Rodriguez? I mean, were you Rachel Smith all of a sudden? I mean, what did it look like?
So when I came into town, I mean, I frequented all the writers' nights and all the open mic nights.
So
and
explain. So in Nashville, we have this.
Yes.
There are opportunities for singer-songwriters to come and play your songs. And it's a networking. You write. This is a songwriter's town in Nashville. And you'll write songs. And you can go every night of the week,
you
probably.
totally can.
And sing your songs, sing somebody else's songs. So there is a platform
Yeah.
to perform, to please and to prove yourself.
That's what, right? I love that.
Welcome to Nashville.
I know. And like you said, I had to go because I didn't have a band.
Right.
You know, I had to find a guitar player, a drummer, a bass player, and do it. And the only way to do it is to go out, prove yourself, you know,
Right.
and
Hustle.
see, you know, hustle. And so I would go to the open mic nights, contests, and I'm terrible to this day. I'm still terrible at contests. But,
You know, we swore we'd never do a contest because we've always come so close. And then the last contest, we said, we're not doing it. We actually won. Yeah, it was a cruise ship. It was, I digress. Them vibes. Right? You know how many contests we've, second place. Oh, you should have won. Oh, go to hell.
Right.
You know what I mean? Why do I put myself in this?
I
And then
know.
literally we did a festival in Maryland or something.
Okay.
And this guy and his wife, they said, you should really be on this cruise that we go on. It's the band Train.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a cruise every year.
Okay.
And it's Sail Across the Sea or Sail Across the Sun. It's a lyric from Train. It's Sail Across the Sun.
Okay.
I'm going to enter you. There's one more band on this cruise, and it's a contest. If you win, you're on. And I'm like, do what you want. Alex and I were like, you have our blessing. And we won.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was great. It was sort of like, give it up, turn it loose.
You do.
win.
Sometimes you just have to surrender
Yeah.
too and not give a shit. And when you don't give a shit, that's when things happen.
Of course.
It seems like, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
so funny. I used to go every Thursday at the original Nashville Palace.
We played there.
That's over here, Opryland area
Which-
on McGavick. But it was the original one. Now it's like the Canny Fork restaurants there.
Right.
But the original Nashville Palace was right there on that corner.
Yeah. That used to be kind of like, you know how there's old, just for anybody listening, there's like old Las Vegas.
Yes.
That's like old Nashville.
Yeah, totally. That
Right?
was like Brandy Travis got discovered there.
Yeah.
And used to wash dishes there is the story.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And every Thursday they would have a talent contest. And so you would sign up. It was a country talent contest. And so I would go. And of course I never won. And then one week I did win.
How many people were you up against?
I mean, on any given night, it would be anywhere from probably 10 to 20.
And you get up and sing one song, two songs?
One song.
One song.
One song usually. So I would just, whether it be a Patsy Cline or a Lori Morgan or Freddie Fender,
Do you
Elvis
remember
Presley.
what song you won
You know,
with?
I don't remember
And was
because
it
I've
the-
done it so many. I did it so many there and at the Broken Spoke. I would frequent a few different nights.
Well, it's kind of like the old story of like you give your demo tape to a record exec and it sits on the desk and they say, no, this sucks.
Yeah.
Thanks. And then 6 months later,
We love it.
We love you. We love this band. You're like, well, what do you mean? It's the same tape.
Yep.
Oh, you sang the same Patsy Cline song last week and you lost, and you came in, you sang the same one this week, and they go, oh,
We love you.
We
yeah.
love you. So
It was
anyway, so
crazy.
you-
so I won that night, which was great. It was fun. And then a couple of weeks later, I get a call. Steve Hill, played bass, and he was the band leader there. And Willie Cantu was the drummer who was original Buckaroo. So that was really cool.
Original Buckaroo.
Buckaroo from Buck Owens.
Okay.
Buck
wow.
Owens and the Buckaroo. So he played drums for Buck Owens. So he called and he said, would you be interested in being a featured artist every Thursday? And we'll call you out each set and you'll do 4 or 5 songs each. And I was like, what? So it was kind of like my first band gig in Nashville. And they were the only ones that gave me a shot to do country music. I'll never forget that. So I did that for maybe a year.
I know, because I was the young country kid coming up like, this Rachel Rodriguez every Thursday. It's the only night I have off. Nope.
So funny. So that was really great. And I loved that. And so I thought, okay, maybe this is it. This is going to be great. People will know me. I'm a country singer. But once I took it to Broadway, nope, it just didn't take. So I had a hard time.
So were you gigging on Broadway or you couldn't get a gig?
I couldn't get a gig. And even at that point, there weren't a whole lot of women singing on Broadway.
Really?
And definitely there were not a whole lot doing, the ones that were there, you would rarely see them on the prime spots, like 6 to 10 or 10 to 2.
Right.
And it was all country music at that point, you
Right.
know, not like the madness that it is now. And I just couldn't, I would just go up and down and try to sit I could sit sometimes, depending on who was playing, if they knew me, they'd get
Right.
me up and let me sing. But
Yeah.
other than that, just trying to break in and get a gig, it didn't happen. And then from a friend of a friend who needed a lead singer for his band, and we connect. And to this day, I mean, he's my compadre. He's my son's godfather. And he calls me. He's like, I got your name from so-and-so, Rachel. And can you sing or can you sing? I remember that conversation. Can you sing or can you sing?
That's
and I said,
great. I'm going to write that down, Rachel. This is the name of the show. Can you sing or can you sing?
And I go, I don't know. I just sing. I didn't know how to answer that. So he said, come down. We're playing. It's over in Cummins Stations. He's like, come and listen to us play. And I go, okay. And there's one thing. So I'm so thankful for everything my dad taught me. For no schooling, no nothing. He was like, always have like 5 songs in your back pocket.
Really?
Just be ready. Be ready, because if they call you out, you don't want to get up. You only have one. And that was the thing about, he's like, when you go to Nashville, it's no more practicing because everybody's good.
Your dad said this to you?
He's like, you don't go there to practice and not be prepared. You go there when they call you out, you got one chance to make a first impression. Show up to a rehearsal, prepared. Show up, to an open mic night. What are they playing? If it's a blues jam, don't go up there and sing Martina McBride. Ask them, do you know Martina McBride? You're at a blues jam.
Yeah.
If you get asked to play on, like if I would go to Roberts and
Right.
asked to sit, do you think he's like, look, they're all over 50. They're men up there. Do you think they're going to know the latest Shania Twain song? They don't have a female vocalist in
Right.
the band. Your best bet is to do a 3-chord song of Johnny Cash or Merle Haggard in your key, of course. Figure out what your key is. They're going to sound good. You're going to sound good. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite song or not. The whole point is when you walk in a room, you want them to ask you to come back. Hey, Rach, do you want to do that song again? And he was right. So I met with my buddy, Eddie Gore. I was supposed to just check out the band. What happened?
Was this at a rehearsal space?
No.
This is at a performance.
This was at a performance.
Right.
And he says, Rach, you want to get up and I had never met him in person.
Right.
Like we'd only talked on the phone.
But it was word of mouth. He heard you can sing, but can you sing? Or can you sing?
Can you sing or can you sing? Yeah. He's like, come check us out. So you know what we do? It was like top 40. It was like rock, soul, like a mixture of everything. And he's like, just come and check us out so you can hear what we do. Great. So I kind of waved and he was like, oh, hey, he waves to me. And then 45 minutes, you want to come and sing? I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not a rock and roll. Like they're playing all rock and soul and all. I'm like, I'm not a rock and roll singer. I just, I could sing country all day long. But I had of course, La Bamba. The whole world knows La Bamba. Tush, another 3-chord wonder in G, old time rock and roll. Like whatever I could that my dad would pull off in his little country rock band. And I knew those. So I went up there and I don't know what I started off with. And it might have been Dreams, Fleetwood Mac,
Yeah.
It's a little, everybody knows that. So
You say it so, everybody knows that. No, by the way, no, everybody doesn't, okay?
I mean, it's only 2 chords for the most part. It's F and G,
listen,
F and G, and then you do a little bridge, but it's,
Yeah. We hope
you hope.
the people that come up know it, but a lot of them don't. Yeah.
So he calls me, and the funny thing is, their guitar player at the time, he's like, "What do you want to do?" And I'm like, "Let's do Tush in the key of G." So I mean, like, so I finished singing, band still playing. Guitar player goes, "What do you got next?" Like the music is still going. We didn't stop.
Transitions.
He's just testing me,
Right.
you know. And so I'm thinking, I was like, "La Bamba in the key of C." Da, 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 he goes, and then so we do La Bamba, and then he's like, "All right, what you got next?" And I was like, "Dreams in F." And then that was it. I pulled out the last, and thank God they were like, "Okay, great, thank you so much for joining us." I'm like, "Great," because I ran out of song, and that was it. They're like, "Hey, you want to come and join us for a drink or go into the Red Door over in Midtown?"
Oh, yeah.
And so we go to the Red Door, have some cocktails. And Eddie's like, "You want the gig? The gig's yours." Wow. And I'm like, "Really?" And then the guitar player's like, "Just to be honest, I'm not a fan of chick singers, so I was really putting you through the ringer to see if you knew what you were doing." And I'm like, "I could tell." And he's like, "But you're cool.
See,
you want the gig."
Isn't that something? So you got congratulations.
So I got the gig, and then we were on the phone. I was like, I said, "That was it. Those are all the rock songs I know." And again, like we said, you meet people like Dave Webb and John Prestia, my end all be all mentor, second dad, take you under their wing. They see something in you,
Yeah.
and they have a giving heart, and they help you. And so my buddy Eddie is like, "No worries. I'm going to send you like 2 songs a week, and we're going to build your repertoire and just learn them, and that's it."
Yeah.
He's like, "You have the range to do the Zeppelin, the Shaka, the all the stuff." And he's like, "It's in your voice, you know." He's like, "You can do it." So I'm like, "Okay." And once I got into the flow, I knew all the songs because I love rock and roll. I just never applied my vocals to it.
Right.
So then once I started singing some Zeppelin and all the, Etta James, and I thought, "Oh, well, this is like singing mariachi. It's this big emotional belt and rawness. It's just in English. Okay, I could do that."
You make it sound so easy. Yeah.
Mariachi is that big belting, you can feel the pain, the anguish in their voice. It's raw, it's emotional. That's what mariachi music, the best mariachi singers, they just break your heart. And I thought, "Oh, I could do that." And so then it just felt good. I felt like putting on an old sweater, I was like, okay. And so I'm so thankful that they gave me that opportunity. And then, and it just grew and grew and grew. And then we had a residency over at Dan McGinnis. We played every weekend for, I don't know, a couple of years.
First gig in Nashville, yeah.
So we would play there every Friday and Saturday for quite a few years. And so that's where I got like my rock and roll chops.
So did you feel like, okay, I'm not a country singer anymore? Or at the same time, were you pursuing it? Because, a gig is a gig. A gig is a job, right?
Yeah.
You could do your job Friday and Saturday nights, and then you can pursue art. Was there country music still in your vision?
Not so much, because now I was trying to fit in, right? And they would not, I couldn't fit into the country. Like my mom would come and visit. She's like, "Mija, ¿qué pasó con Patsy Cline? What happened to Patsy Cline and the country music?" And I go, "I love country music. It doesn't love me right now, But I didn't come to fail. One of the best things I ever learned in college from a dance professor, Miss Mitzi, she would always say, "Okay, you have to have your toolbox." For dancers, when I was doing dance in college. And she's like, "You have to have your toolbox. Then you have to be multifaceted, right? Because if you're going to go to a show audition and you're only a ballerina, yes, it's great to be focused, but then you don't make the call, or you get cut, you're done." Well, guess what? If you're a tap dancer, put those tap dance shoes on and go back in there. And now maybe they need you to be in the ensemble, or can you sing? Take those tap shoes off, get your song, go in. The point is to get your foot in the door.
Right.
And then once you build your reputation as, being a part of the team, you're prepared, you're on time, you're kind, then they may open the door. Okay, you audition for the ballet part again. But she's like, you have to get your foot in the door somehow.
Yeah.
That's always stuck with me. But you have to do it well, right? You have to still be able to perform and be able to do what's called upon you to do and execute it. That always stuck with me, as far as you kind of have to have your hands in different things and see what sticks.
Right.
But it does have to be something that you're passionate about and that you love. Right. I did want to do country music, but I also studied business. So I thought, well, maybe I just wanted to be in the music business, and I wasn't sure what that looked like. And maybe it was a downfall. Maybe if I was more focused, maybe I could have reached. I'm not done yet, though, but maybe it's still possible. But
you are in the music business. I mean,
I
like
am
I
in
asked
the
you
music
earlier,
business.
what does your week look like?
Yes.
They were all music things.
They
were
are, yes.
Every single one of them were music.
Yes.
Were music.
Yes.
So you are also a background singer,
I love singing background vocals.
right? So I love it too. Going from the front to not the front. I'm the front person of them vibes, but I love playing percussion and singing background vocals for anybody. If you ask me to play with you, my job is to find my space. Find my space, which is so hard when you love all of the space,
Yeah.
right? I'm a very ebullient human being. I take up a lot of space. I know that.
I
When
agree.
my wife
I'm
says-
the same way, right?
My wife says, try this shirt on. I go, it's too loud. She goes, what do you mean? It's great. I said, I got enough here. Meaning I point to my head. I point to my face and my head. I'm like, I got enough. It's too much. I'm blinding myself. But the point is that I think the opportunity to find your spots and do them well.
Yeah.
I love singing. And people say, you're up front. Why would you want to be back there? I'm like, I don't feel like I'm being demoted.
Exactly. Because that is a skill.
You darn right it's a skill. And you are phenomenal at it.
Oh, thank you, Larry.
How do you warm up? The artists, right? Me, 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 me. My. I'm like, enough is enough.
I love it.
Me. Yes, you. No, us
my
background
God.
singers. Ha, 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 ha. Not my,
Oh my God,
right?
that's so funny.
That's code for the BGVs, the background singers. You me's and my my's.
me,
You
me.
can be up front. Take all the spotlight. We'll be in the back here laying down the bed. But isn't it so much fun?
It is so much fun. When I was at the little assisted living center yesterday, and it was me and my auto harp and some seniors, and they were so music is about community. Music is about happiness and joy or emotions. I mean, because even when you're singing a sad song, you're still connecting with people about an emotion or whatever the idea of the song might be. And that's how I feel about being in a band. It's a communal thing. When I'm singing background vocals, whether it be by myself or with the band or with two other girls, it's like you're a part of something and you're creating something so that the audience can be a part of it too. So I don't think about you as being the front person or this. I'm making music and I'm a part of something that's bigger than me. And I love singing with y'all. It just is so fun.
That is so much fun. So I was reading this quote from the book Daring Greatly by Brene Brown, page 261. And it was a quote by Brother David Steindl Rast. This made me think of you. It is not joy that makes us grateful. It is gratitude that makes us joyful. And I read that and I wrote it down with my Sharpie in terrible handwriting. And I wrote Rachel next to it. And I just feel like you have such grace and you are joyful and you juggle so much in life and you have so much going on. There's so many ways to feel badly about our own selves.
Yeah.
There's so many ways to just not be motivated to just get up and continue on every day. I don't know if you get sad, if you get depressed, if you get down.
Oh, yeah, we do. And I think you have to feel that. I mean, even with my daughter, as we're going through, she's 13, so I've got a angsty teenager sometime. And I'm like, go through, feel your feelings, and then you have to get out of the funk because you can't spew that on the whole world around you. We all live in this space. I'm sorry you're having a bad day. We all have bad days. Find your space, go in your room, listen to your music, whatever it is, and then come out. Because you can't be this negative cloud on all of us because it affects everybody. And the one thing you don't want when you're walking down the street and everyone's like, oh God, here comes Sophia, or oh, here comes Rachel and she's going to talk about how negative, Yeah, we have those feelings. We're human. We're supposed to have those feelings. Nothing's perfect. When I work with the kids and I'm like, if you're sad, be sad. If you're happy, be happy. If you're frustrated, those are real emotions. We have to feel them, but don't be stuck in them. And that's where the work comes in, right? Like, how do we... I'll give you a day. I'll give you a day to be disappointed or sad or mad. And then let's shake it off because tomorrow's a new day.
Really? Because I thought you push it down and you shave your head and get a lot of tattoos and you come out and you say, I'm 15. No, I'm kidding, of course.
No, right? I was a teenage girl. We're always trying to fit in and I can sometimes feel it too. Even still, I think we always are battling. For me, it's like, am I too old to be doing this still? Am I too... ethnic? Am I too fat? Am I too, all the things that we just self-sabotage almost sometimes. And I'm thankful for my kids. And I think what has helped me is when you do things for other people or with other people outside of yourself, you don't have so much time to just worry about me. You know what I mean? I think that's it. When you do things for others, get outside of yourself because it's so easy to just be my life and my problems and my this and my that and then you just go in this downward spiral. And I've been there. Yeah. And I'm not going to say it's not going to happen again. It could, you know, but I've got too many things going on and too many people to take care of to do that.
You do take care of everybody.
Oh, thank you, Larry.
You're welcome.
I'm so thankful for, never studied music. I call it the Ray Rodriguez Home School of Music.
That's
because
great.
He taught me just the basics. And I'm still here in Nashville. And it's just be prepared and be nice. And in a town like this where everybody is so talented.
Yeah.
How are you gonna, I don't want to say like stand out, but
you make
how
them
do
cry. You make them cry. You put them down. You make them cry. You're terrible. You suck. No, you don't. I'm just figuring it out. All right. It is now October of 2025. You and I have shared the stage many, many times.
Yes, I love it.
Hello, and how are you these days?
I'm great.
Yeah.
I am working hard. I'm all over the place with my children, but pushing forward with projects. I feel very grateful. I'm in this time of gratitude and abundance and sharing and connecting.
When we spoke a few years ago, you had just started on your record, Mi Vida.
Yes.
And since then, your record is close to completion.
Yes, it is. Very, very close.
So the through line of the episode has been about your upbringing, your family, where you come from, how you got to Nashville, and, coming here just like so many of us as an aspiring country artist. I came here in a band that actually might, by the time this is out, have reformed for one song at Santa's Pub. Santa died.
Yes.
The great Denzel of Santa's Pub.
Yes.
And I worked at Santa's Pub.
You did? I didn't know that.
I ran karaoke and I worked the bar.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Wow.
When the band that I moved to Nashville for, speaking of the reason why we came here to be country artists, was called Her and Kings County. And one of the first places that we hung out in was Santa's Pub. And Santa's Pub was brand new at that point. And we became friends with Santa. And it was the very first music video that was shot at Santa's Pub was Her and Kings County.
Wow.
Yep.
That's history.
That is history. And then after the band broke up and then them vibes formed and, that whole dance of life, Santa gave me a job. He took me in. He was very kind. Santa was so wonderful to me, and he gave me a job, and he gave me a sense of like family in Nashville. He and Angelina, his partner, were always wonderful to me. The gang, the crew at Santa's Pub, amazing. I met so many songwriters. I met so many wonderful people. I got drunk with a lot of fun people. There was no booze at Santa's Pub. Okay, so it was beer only, but Santa used to, and I'll tell you this, that Santa used to bring Fireball in for he and I to enjoy. And Angelina, his partner, used to drive her nuts. She's like, no booze in my bar.
Oh, my God.
And Santa would come in and he'd say, bro, look, go into my car. I got a little something. And I'm doing a horrible impersonation. But he would say, Larry, go to the car. There's something in there you need to get out of my car and bring into the bar. And it was always a sleeve, not just like 1, 2, 3, 4 bottles, a sleeve of airplane bottles.
Oh my gosh. I
of
love
Fireball.
I love it.
And he would come to me at the anytime portion of the evening of a work shift at Santa's. And he'd say, bro, love, take a break. You need a break. I'd be like, I don't need a break. Okay, I get it.
I get it. I know what kind of break you're talking about.
So I'd go in the back and like down a little bottle of Fireball.
Oh my gosh, how funny.
And, obviously he was a very gracious and wonderful man. And so there is a benefit show because they're reopening. And so we were asked, the band, Her and Kings County, to perform one of our songs. So I think that's going to happen.
Oh my God, I have to be there.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. But, the history of why we're here, to be in the country music world. And then things just go the way they go.
They go the way they go, yeah.
Right? I mean, so we're talking about you and your record, Mi Vida. So how is your record going and what is going on with it?
It's been amazing. I love being in the studio. And you've been in the studio because them vibes are on a couple of tracks, which I'm so excited about.
Yeah, me too.
It's been great to put something out that's yours. Like in my bio, about the things I'm talking about and the genres, because I'm all over the place, but yet it's all a part of me. So
Yeah.
it's ending with a traditional mariachi song. I grew up singing with my dad's actually playing on it.
Yeah.
Playing guitar, just an accordion and my vocals, just raw, just the way we would do it at my grandma's house around a campfire. Then I've got some Latin funk on there. Then I have Waylon Jennings vintage country sounding song on there. So, and then I've got some storytelling songs that are bilingual. So there's Spanish, there's rock, there's soul, there's funk, there's Latin rhythms, country, all the things that I love, all the things that are a part of me. And I think the greatest thing was when we were in the studio tracking some of the songs. And I'm like, okay, guys, I know we're completely changing modes from Latin funk. Now I want you to sound vintage country. And Wes Little was playing on these tracks.
He's a drummer that is amazing. He is a studio musician. He is a touring musician. He is great. I've seen a lot of him this year because I host Nashville Sunday Night at 3rd and Lindsley.
Oh, yes.
And he's been on so many shows. He plays with so many artists. And I've seen him do, just like you said, country music, funk music, Latin music. I've seen and heard and watched and enjoy him play every style with perfection.
Yes.
And love and style. So go on.
Yes,
Wes Little
no,
on
I
drums.
love him.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. And just to be able to have that caliber, those caliber of musicians on my phone, and then I call them and like, yeah, Rach, what do you need? And everybody shows up. I feel so blessed to have them be a part of this. But as we were in the studio, I'm like, okay, now we're going to go from here to there. And he's like, that's not strange at all, Rach. That's you. I've been playing music with you for so long that it's not you trying to be somebody. Yes, just you embracing and being you. I've done enough shows to know that if you come to a Rachel Rodriguez shows, yeah, you're going to hear Zeppelin and you're going to hear Johnny Cash. You're going to hear Aretha Franklin. You're going to hear Celia Cruz. So whatever I'm feeling that day is what you're going to get.
Yeah. So what does it feel like for you to do your own thing, to ask other people to come in and interpret your visions and your heartfelt songs?
It is so validating. And also because working with the co-producer on it, with Eddie Gore, he gave me the first band gig in town.
We talked about that.
Yeah. After I got shut down by every country venue and couldn't find a country gig, he didn't even know me. And he's like, can you sing or can you sing? And then we started making music and built this friendship and have been friends for over 25 years probably.
So the answer, Eddie, is, oh, she can sing. Because he invited you. Let's just bask in this glorious reality of the fact that you were recording your record at RCA Studios in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, it's really special to walk in there and the history and the magic that's been made in there.
Yeah.
And the people that you run into sometimes walking in the halls, or Steve Cropper's in there, or he just showed me, because they're working on a new album in the studio for Steve. He's like, Rach, guess who just left the studio? Eric Clapton, when he was just here a couple of weeks ago.
Wow.
Yeah, in the same studio, in the same chair that I've been going in there and laying down vocals and tracking and mixing. Yeah, there's Eric Clapton in that same studio. I'm like, what?
I just get excited when I'm at the urinal because the pictures are they're wonderful.
Yeah, they're
candid.
wonderful. I know. There's a great picture in there of Loretta Lynn in the girls' bathroom in there. So it's fantastic. Everywhere you go down the hallway, and Dolly Parton and Charlie Pride and all these great pictures, and just the historic legends that have walked through those hallways and been in those studios. It's magic to go in there. So that in itself is exciting and feels great to walk in that space. And then as listening to tracks or directing while I'm in there with the musicians and different things, and because some of them might not have played some Tex-Mex. The latest single that I just released is
which is
Mr. Moon.
Mr. Moon, that's right.
Tex-Mex conjunto style of music that I grew up singing with my dad.
Yeah.
So as we started playing, it kind of started taking on a Cajun cadence, and I was like, "Hey guys, it's not Cajun. It's conjunto. It's Tejano, and I know it's similar, but it's not conjunto.
Conjunto with
It's Texas style of music.
conjunto. Can you spell that for me, because I'm going to need it for the
CONJUNTO.
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 Thank you very much.
And that, along with the Tejano music, very much South Texas border town music. And that's what I grew up listening to in my home. That's the kind of band my father first had before he turned into a country band was having a Tejano band. So when I wrote Mr. Moon, just those melodies and that rhythm came to mind, and knowing what I want to hear, being able to direct musicians. And because everyone's so professional, everyone's like, yeah, like, tell me what I need to do, right? Yeah. And everyone trusts my vision and my thoughts and my direction. And then even after the performance, and Eddie and I are in the studio mixing, he'll send me a track, I'll listen to it, and I'll come back and tell him, you know, let's drop this, let's do this. What if I did this? I'll go in and he'll be like, I don't know, Rach, but well, let's try it. And he's like, you were right.
Wow.
It sounds so much better this way. And so to have, like, I know what the hell I'm talking about from the years of experience of live performance and doing background vocals in the studio and BGVs for other people and other projects.
Yeah.
I feel very validated to hear from producers and seasoned session players. They're like, yep, that sounds way better, Rach. I like that idea better. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, okay, you know, in an industry where a lot of times I have dealt with, you're just a chick singer, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. And so that kind of sticks in your mind. And when you want to speak up about something that is not sounding right and you're afraid that people are going to just be like, you don't know what you're talking about. But it also speaks to the professionalism of the people that I do work with that are like, no, these are your songs. I've worked with you for years and years. You know what you're talking about, and I trust you. Yeah. So let's do it, Rach.
That's so beautiful and gracious. And it was such a joy to be in the studio with you, Alex and I. Them vibes.
Yes, them vibes. It was amazing. And Eddie's in love with Sarah. He's like, oh my gosh, I listened to those drum tracks, Rach, and they're fire. And I'm like, yeah, they are.
She's the same kind of deal, which is like, oh, you're just a chick drummer.
Oh, yeah.
You look good and you can hold the beat down. No, she's one of the best drummers. And, you know, being a musician in Nashville is not an easy thing to do as far as just, you know, being successful and to keep going, but being a studio musician, because producers have their people.
Yes.
I was just explaining about this band, her in Kings County, that we moved to Nashville. The song that we're going to play at Santa's Pub, I didn't record. I mean, I played the song when the song was written. There's like parts, and I hate to say I wrote the drum parts because I think that's just silly. I don't know. I don't consider myself like writing drum parts. I don't know. I don't know. For drummers, they always say, I wrote the drum part. I'm like, okay, great. And I guess I'm not taking anything away from them or myself, because the parts that I played were recreated by the studio musician. So like, I remember my first recording experience in Nashville being basically told, you can stay home because you are not recording. I was not on the record. I was not on the recordings. I finally made my way onto some of the Her and Kings County recordings, but the producers have their people and they bring them in. They say, Rachel, great. You're going to come in here and I'm going to have the band for you. Or a lot of times, even the band comes in. A portion of the band will play on the record, and the rest can sit down. The fact that you were able to have players that you want to have on the record, thank you for that. Sarah Tomek has worked so hard to be in the studio, to be invited by producers, to be on the record, not just on the tour, and to hear a major producer, Eddie Gore, gush over Sarah. We all say, yep, no kidding, we've known it all along. But I'll tell you, it's a long, hard-fought battle that is still being fought. You know, every time Sarah's in the studio, I'm always like, yep, she has got it, because her timing is amazing. Her pocket is a mile wide and 10 miles deep. And it's because she worked on it. She was on a click track since she was like 10 years old with her dad. So you were so gracious. You had them vibes in the studio. And you would look to us and say, well, what do you guys think? And we're looking at you like, what do you think? It's your song. Which is a bit of a role reversal, because we work together and you're singing with us. Yeah. And whenever you have something to say, it's always heard. And, you know, and 9 out of 10, it's always correct also when we're singing together and having that blast. But you were so gracious in the studio. And we didn't write the songs. So it was like, okay, where do we fit in here?
Right.
And you were clear and you were gracious and you were like, well, just let's interpret it. How would them vibes do this? Yeah. And we did it together.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
It sounds great. And because there were certain songs as I was listening down to rough demos of early beginnings of the songs. And I'm like, oh man, this has just got like rock soul vibes on it. I mean, I would love to hear them vibes interpretation of it, because it has that feeling of this like retro bohemian rock and roll with groove. And I'm like, that's what this song needs. Yeah. and I know the perfect crew that will make it happen. And boy, you sure did.
Oh, thank you so much. That's so great. So where are you at? You have a few singles out right
I do.
now,
I
right?
have A Whole Lot of Woman was the first single. The second single is Mr. Moon.
Right.
And then I'm hoping to maybe release one more before the end of the year.
Right. And it's almost the end of the
And
year.
it almost is the end of the year, so we'll see.
Yeah.
And then hopefully release early 2026.
Right.
you
So
know.
now comes the hard part. Well, the hard part is writing and getting the record together.
Actually, that's the easy part.
Well, I know I'm being sort of funny. The hard part is like, oh, how do I get into RCA in Nashville with a major producer and have like some of the best players in town, like on my record? Oh, no, that's the easy part.
Yeah.
Now the part comes moving forward to get the momentum to put it out. This is an independent release.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, since last we spoke, your stocks have gone way, way up, Rachel Rodriguez.
Well, thank you.
Do you feel that way?
I think I'm too busy. I'm too busy working and connecting and doing the thing to really take inventory. And so I'm thankful for you who will pull me aside and be like, girl, I'm keeping up with you.
It's
and
your
you know,
time.
I know. And when you tell me that, I go home, I think, or driving home, and I'm like, is it? Maybe he's right. Well, I have done this and that. I just keep going on to the next thing and don't take in all the things that are happening. And so
Yeah.
I appreciate you taking the time to make me stop and think. Because sometimes, and we feel like we're spinning our wheels.
Yes.
We're not making an impact. Are we on the right path? Are we doing the right thing? Are we in alignment with our path and our creator and what we were meant to do? And it's all, good days and bad days.
Yeah.
And so that question is always in the back of my mind, as it is with so many creators. Are we just wasting time, or are we doing the right thing?
Yeah.
You
So
know?
what's the answer right now? For you.
I'm doing the right thing. I just got back from Florida. I spent 4 days there with a performing arts center in West Palm Beach, Florida. They invited me to come and do a 3-day residency. I went to different schools there in West Palm Beach, and I took my songs for my Little Amigos program there. And of course, everybody knows Senora Rachel here in Nashville from the libraries and Cheekwood and the museums and schools and all the different things I do. But I'm going to a brand new city, brand new students, brand new teachers who have no idea who Senora Rachel is. And so went there, performed one day. I was with 205 students. Another was 350 students. Another was 250 students, all singing mariachi with me, learning to dance a cumbia, all engaged. Teachers take my Little Amigos CD home, emailing me, asking me for questions about the songs that I use to dance to so that they can use them in the classroom. And I just felt like, okay, I have something unique and I have something to share with the community that's great for the students. It's great for the educators. And I'm sharing my culture. And I just came back feeling, yeah, I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing the thing that God put me on this earth to do.
That's amazing. And it didn't necessarily look the way you thought it would look.
Not at all.
Getting back to coming to Nashville.
Nope.
And going over to the Opryland area where there were all those venues and, playing on Broadway.
Yep.
The no, thank you. All of the stuff. And then the growing and the building and the working. And then there you are in West Palm Beach. You got hired to be you.
Yeah,
And
to
to
be
share-
me.
to share you.
Yeah. I went alone. I mean, I was alone, and I had a lot of free time because I was done by like 11 o'clock in the morning, and I had the whole day to see the city and figure out what I was going to do the next day, to just think about that.
Yeah.
And think, I didn't have to do anything but be myself. And that felt really good.
Yeah.
I guess I'm in this season of validation and confirmation of what I'm supposed to do with the gifts that I was given.
It's amazing. So you're very busy. One thing that's a through line for you is you're always very, very busy. What does your week look like now? I came into your house today and you were scheduling the next few weeks about
Yes.
shows. So just give me an example of, because when we spoke a few years ago, I asked you the same question and you were busy, busy, busy. What does a week look like now for Rachel Rodriguez?
Wow.
Because I get the emails, folks.
You get the...
Rachel sends out a monthly newsletter.
I do.
And for those of you who go, I wish I was doing as much as Rachel Rodriguez, I do too. Okay? I wish I was
gosh.
doing as much as
Oh my
Rachel
gosh.
Rodriguez. And I love your emails and your blast out all the things you're doing. And it's phenomenal because that takes time in and of itself.
Right. I
So
know.
what does your life look like right now?
Like right now.
Yes.
Well, the good thing is my children are on fall break, so I don't have to carpool and I don't have to pick up anybody from school or take them to their aftercare programs and theater programs and all of that. So I have a little break from that. But tonight I'm going to a mixer, a music industry mixer with La Cara Productions. That my manager, Rick Rodriguez, does. So I'll be there tonight. I'm so excited. I am part of Leadership Music. I'm the new class of 2026. Wow. And I've applied 3 times. And it takes many times to apply to get in because it's a very prestigious, like the people from all over the country in the music business come. There's a whole application process.
What does that look like? What does that mean? What is leadership music?
Leadership music is bringing in leaders in the music industry, whether it's California, Atlanta, New York, Nashville, in different realms of the music industry. Songwriting, performance, A&R, booking, engineering, like bringing all the minds together to collaborate, to grow, to learn from each other. So they're doing the welcoming for us, all the alumni members, which my mentor Pat Alger's an alumni member. There's a lot of prestigious songwriters and executives that are alumni of this music leadership. So that's tomorrow, and then we go on a retreat, a leadership music retreat. So
Where's
I will
that?
be gone.
And how long?
I'll be back on Saturday night.
So it's a few days, a
So
retreat.
it's a few days. It's just bringing people together.
How many people on this retreat?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
What's the sleeping arrangements? Everybody has their... Is it like a camp? Like your guys are in like a bunk situation? There's like 12 people in the bunk.
12 people
You
in
got
a bunk. Yes,
hazing each other.
That's it. Just like band camp.
Yeah, like, right. Exactly.
Band camp. Oh, I loved band camp. Those were fun days. So again, another validation of how the community sees me. And I am so excited. I'm going to connect and learn from many different people in different realms of the music industry. I'm going to make new connections and expand my community.
And you have a record on the way. That's really cool. I mean, it's all sort of working in tandem. Timeline is just perfect. We touched upon it a few minutes ago. Your stock is rising. You know what I mean? You have a manager now. I believe you're getting more love now, finally, I want to say, from the Latino community in Nashville. I think everybody knows who Senora Rachel is now. There's crossover here.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of that. And you're able to stand in both realms, you know, in the Latino and then what would you call it? The non-Latino?
The non-Latino, the Anglo. American,
It's not like claiming like she's ours, but you're standing very firmly as Rachel Rodriguez and able to do a lot of things now that you weren't able to do. You were knocking on the door not too long ago.
Yeah.
And so what does that feel like for you to have that validation? I know we've been talking about validation as a producer and writer in the studio, but now here you are in the community. You just came back from Florida. You're working your magic. It's music, it's education, it's community.
Yeah. Community means so much to me. My mom community, my mom is in music community. I really women in music, education, literacy, all of those things mean so much to me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I put a lot of that ahead of my stuff, but I don't know how to do it any other way. That's just the way I was raised.
Well,
and
why now? Why is this all coming together now? Because it feels like it's coming together.
I don't know. I mean, I'm very spiritual and I have a lot of faith. And so every day I am thankful to be alive and hope that I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing with the gifts I was given and surrender to that, because there are some things you have no control of.
Right.
And time-wise too, I think for me, the other important thing, the other passion I have is to help change the narrative of what a woman is in the entertainment business. Age, size, motherhood, race, all of those things. And maybe that is my purpose. Yeah. Maybe it is just to be a cheerleader and maybe it's not for me. Maybe it's for Sophia or the next generation, to say, you know what, it's okay to take a break. Not to take a break, but sometimes, I mean, you can't be a mom fully with a newborn and be, unless you have nannies and have this and all that, which some people do, and that's fantastic and good on them.
Yeah.
But for the rest of us independent artists,
sure.
That was a choice I made, and celebrating that.
Yeah.
Celebrating that journey. And with my first child, I did feel left behind. Everybody's doing their things. Of course, we have social media, going on the road, doing the studio, doing all this cool stuff. And I'm sitting there with the baby on the boob The other one is running around and my house is a mess. I'm like, oh my God, I'm never going to get back to that life. Now I'm busier than ever. It's crazy. And they're my inspiration. The songs for my little amigos came from being a mom and wanting my children to learn Spanish. And so your voice doesn't go away. Wow. But the time with your kids will. So if you don't surrender and just be present in where you are and stop wishing the day so that you could go back to singing or whatever, you can't get that time back. Yeah. You can't get it. It goes so fast. Now I've got Sophia. She's on fall break with her friend in Florida now. She doesn't want to be with me.
Yeah.
Going to the pumpkin patch.
Does that break your heart?
It's happy, sad times because her and I do get to do cool things. We get to go to concerts and do things together, spend the day up and down Gallatin Road going to vintage shopping and thrift shopping and having coffee together. And I love that time. But I would go back in a minute.
Wow. Yeah.
Go back to being their full-time mama, you know.
Well, let's dive in a little bit. Sophia has a career of her own now.
Let's
talk about it. So how old is Sophia?
She's 15.
Years
She's 15.
young.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my goodness.
She has got so much going on.
She does.
She went to Europe.
She sure did. And we're vamping up to try to raise the funds to do it again this next summer.
So tell us about Sophia's musical career.
Well, Sophia is a beautiful singer. She's an actress. She's a songwriter. She plays ukulele, plays the violin, and keeps me busy. So, in fact, she just got cast in a new Christmas production. So we'll be starting rehearsals with that next week, which will have us on the run.
Where is the performance?
I think the performance for the holiday concert is going to be at Oz Arts.
Oz Arts?
Oz Arts,
I remember that place.
Yep, through the Theater Bug. So I sit on the board for the Theater Bug.
That you sit on the board for the Theater Bug.
Yes.
So is that like I'm on the board, so my kid is like the lead? Does Sophia get the lead because of that?
No.
I won't tell anybody. Nobody's going to hear this.
She already had done multiple performances.
Oh, sure, Sophia. Your mom's on the board. Fine. My mom made cookies and so what? And I'm a tree. Fine, Sophia. You could be the star. No, I just got downgraded to Bush.
Oh, man.
Just for opening my mouth. I was a tree.
They do all original material except for the holiday show. The holiday show, they just do this wonderful take on classic songs and pop songs and rock songs. What these children put out and perform.
It's incredible. Yeah.
It's incredible. You forget you're watching children. They're so amazing. And you've got... Sophia was 8 years old and doing 3-part harmony. And I'm like, what is happening here? So to see how she's grown because of being involved in something like that.
Yeah.
And the same thing with Girls Write Nashville, taking her songwriting to the next level.
Yeah.
It's so important. And so I'm a teaching artist and mentor for Girls Write Nashville.
Yeah.
Like those organizations speak to me. I see the impact, not only my own child, but all the other children that I come into contact with. And I want to support these women who are in charge of these organizations, you know, because that is also, as I said, is a passion of mine to support other women in the arts.
Yeah. Well, you're doing such a fantastic job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay. So you have a new record coming out in the beginning of the year.
Yep.
We need to support that. You have Music City Museums. Tell us a little bit about that. That's coming out as well.
That's coming out as well. That book is coming out.
No big deal. I just wrote a book. I wrote a beautiful book. By the way, we talked about Music City Museums on Community Corner.
Yes, with Kaylee.
With Kaylee.
I love Kaylee.
That's right. She co-wrote the book with you.
Yes.
And Kaylee Nell Walker. Art and illustration by Britt McDermott.
Yes.
And
Yes.
this was something we spoke about on Community Corner, which is a segment that I host on Lightning 100 here in Nashville, Tennessee. It's celebrating Nashville's music, art, culture, and creative community. Tell us a little bit about Music City Museums.
Yes, I have the opportunities and the blessing of working with so many arts institutions here in Nashville. So the Country Music Hall of Fame, Cheekwood, the Frist, so many of the museums that are mentioned, I have had collaborations and partnerships with for many years. And initially it was just going to be one museum that we were focusing on. And then we thought about it a little bit more. And I said, you know what? Nashville is more than just that. Nashville is so many different things. And I am blessed to work in all of those different circles and all of those different communities. Why don't we showcase the beauty of Nashville? I think Nashville sometimes gets the reputation of just being country music or Christian music, and we're so much more than that. So let's put something together that captures that, all of that.
Wow. And so that book will be released soon, or
Soon, yeah.
You
I
have
mean,
music out. There's a song.
there's a song that accompanies it.
It's already out.
Yeah, it's already out. So you can listen to Music City Museums.
You listen to
and
that with your kids. It's a beautiful song. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
But I need to gush over you. And I don't need you speaking over me while I'm gushing on you.
gush on.
So rude. What you do is so digestible for kids and for adults alike, which I think is just amazing. You're like The Simpsons, but better. Really, you are every woman, Rachel Rodriguez.
Oh my goodness!
You have
Thank you, brother love.
You're so very, very welcome. I got a few questions for
Okay,
you.
yeah.
What fascinates you, Rachel Rodriguez?
Oh my gosh, you're gonna give me these.
Just quick. You
Woo.
just what fascinates
fascinates?
you? Top of your head.
I would say kids and how they find joy and they just let go, run around and scream and, still trying to learn how to let go. And last month I went and rode roller coasters. I sent you a picture. My mouth is like wide open. I was like, oh, so this is what it's like to be a kid again and just not run in the yard, screaming your head off and letting it out.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated at how they can just do that.
Yeah, I would never do that. I hold the bags and the shoes at the amusement park. I do.
Well,
I don't go on
tried
the roller
to.
coaster.
I got shamed into it. I was like, you know what? I might be the oldest one here. And guess what? Some of the younger girls had to.
There's
get
no
out,
shame.
but-
There's no shame in my absolute fear of roller coasters.
but
No,
it felt
no shame
good.
in that.
There is not.
I hold the bags, I hold the purses, and I hold the shoes. No shame in that. The picture, by the way, is amazing. Thank you for that. Yeah.
That's so funny.
What angers you?
Insensitivity and disrespect.
Well, what brings you pure joy? Just joy.
Oh my gosh, creating, being with people.
Yeah.
I love music, singing. I'm blessed that it's my income, but it's also my release.
Yeah.
It's also, I hate confrontation and I'm not a yeller. I'm not a fighter. I will try to avoid conflict as much as I can. So I think like when I'm singing some Zeppelin and I'm just going for those notes and singing some Janis, that's my yelling. That is my like, so I don't have to yell at my kids and yell at my husband. I just leave it there and then I can come home and be a happy mom again.
So next time I see you, next time we're singing something like really loud, I'm like, she's yelling at her kids right now. I'm going to go, hey man, she's yelling at her husband there. No, she's singing Led Zeppelin. I'm like, I know what she's doing.
Yeah, I'm just releasing it all. So I'm like yelling. Yeah.
Yeah, her husband didn't clean the kitchen. How do you know? Listen to what she's singing right now. So if you could change anything, like if you could if you could change anything with a wand, a magic Rachel Rodriguez wand, auto harp, I fixed this or changed it, what would it be?
I would just want people to let people be people. Let people have their thoughts. Let people have their opinions. We don't have to judge everybody. That's the thing that's killing me right now is just my husband and I are completely different. We have completely different opinions. And sometimes we just have to agree to disagree. I love you.
Yeah.
I love you. I love my neighbor. I love my friend. We don't have to agree on everything. That's what makes you you.
Yeah.
That's what makes me me. And
belong. I belong here with you.
yeah, if I could change it, but just let people be people and not criticize and judge and be so negative. And we're not supposed to be alike, or life would be so boring if we all thought the same and we all did the same and we all believed the same. There can't be any creation or invention if we're all the same.
Wow, that's amazing. All right, now this is the question.
Oh Lord, okay.
Toilet paper over or under?
Over.
Yes. Ding, 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 ding. Where can we find you, Rachel Rodriguez?
Oh my goodness. RachelRodriguez.com, Rachel Rodriguez 777 on Instagram, Songs for My Little Amigos, or Senora Rachel on Instagram for my children's program.
That is phenomenal. Thank you so much,
Thank
Rachel
you. I love
Rodriguez.
you, Larry.
I love you too. Thank you for tuning in to the Just Keep Talking podcast with me, Brother Love, because your story matters. Until next time, so long.
Bye.
You know what? I got to go back real quick.
Okay.
One last thing. I got to
Okay.
say, so a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
Sarah, my wife, and I were at the farmer's market, and there was a Latin band playing.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
I love salsa, Latin music, the whole thing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I was enamored by the percussion, the drummer. It was
Manotas.
right. I can't say it like that, so I won't. That cool cat.
Yes.
Was playing, and his drums had skins that looked different than anything that I play. I love playing this music, so I'm enamored. And I kind of sneak to the side of the stage, and they stopped playing. I know not to do this because people do it to me when I'm on stage, but I'm an idiot. I'm like, hey, those drums sound great. What's that? And so the lead singer, her band, she's introducing everybody. And I didn't realize that she was introducing the band. And the bass player,
Giovanni Rodriguez.
Exactly. Like she was introducing the band because you said, oh, I know those people.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, you know Rachel Rodriguez? And I put my hand on my heart. Like he's like, oh yeah, same last name. We all love each other. Of course we know each other. And I go, and he said it on the mic. And I was like, what the hell is this guy talking about? And then all of a sudden it dawns on me. I turn around. I'm like, no. Like my wife is like, she's like, did you just say something to this guy to upset him? I'm like, I don't think so. She goes, he said on the mic, oh yeah, we're all Rodriguez. We all know each other. I'm like, no, that's not what I mean. I'm like, I know Rachel Rodriguez. I'm sorry. I didn't know your last name was Rodriguez. All right, so just Mr. Rodriguez,
funny.
I'm sorry.
Oh, we love you, Gio.
We love you, Gio.
So funny.
You can personally support this show simply by clicking the tip link in the show notes. The Just Keep Talking podcast is now available on all podcast platforms. Please like, share, and subscribe. Visit our website at justkeeptalking.com, our YouTube channel at Just Keep Talking Podcast, and Instagram at The Just Keep Talking Podcast. We all just want to be seen, to be heard, and to belong. Thank you so much for supporting my mission and the Just Keep Talking Podcast with me, Brother Love, because your story matters.